My name is Janna Kyttanne. I'm the founder and creative director of Freedom of Creation. We're based in Amsterdam. We design products with rapid manufacturing tools. So we have our own collection of products. They're sold under our own label. And then we do projects for third parties, companies such as companies from automotive industries, from consumer electronics, from medical, from yachting, all different types of industries, but pretty much working with the same tools. Of course, you have other techniques involved as well. For example, if you need to make a lighting product, you probably have a base and a sticker and a pole and a lamp and a fitting and a cable and all kinds of other parts, but it's based on rapid manufacturing. So we're basically trying to reduce the amount of pieces and parts that we need to make a design. My initial idea came about 1998. It was also basically my university graduation project as well. So the idea was to, well, my problem was I was trying to find an idea what to do for my study, and I couldn't really find any new products that were feasible, or there was enough reason to make them for the market. I realized there was a lot of junk on the market. So how could we reduce the junk of products that, for example, come from, let's say, China or all these mass-produced products? So my idea was to make a virtual database of products which we could upload in an augmented reality environment to different places on the planet, and we could make them according to the virtual data. And I was looking through technologies which are available which could already do that, and then I started experimenting with rapid manufacturing tools, and then that's where the first products came out, and I saw such a big benefit from it for so many different fields, and also the things that we can do which you cannot make in any other way, that it just blew me away. And that's how the rest is history. So, well, I already made lighting products pretty much 8 years ago, and different types of little things for household, for example, clothing hanger and a couple of other things. And I was trying to prove also the professors that we can already, by taking the data of the materials, we can already test these products in a virtual environment, so you don't actually have to make them. So you can just test them and see them in a virtual environment, and then you can just produce them. And that's basically where I had a lot of disagreements with my professors, and was going to fail my exam, but then I don't know, went through anyway. So again, if you have one machine that can produce all your pieces for your designs, then ever the better. Again, imagine if you make a product and you have 200 parts in it, they all come from a different source. You're actually making the whole thing cheaper if you will change the design a little bit and make them all coming from the same source. We've built an online portal for all our orderings. So whether you're an agent, or if you're an importer, or if you're an end user, or whatever, we try to push everything into our online shop. So we don't have to, everything is already actually automated. So if people order something, it generates an invoice and a packing list and exactly how the parts are made, etc. So we're just trying to diminish the manpower that is needed, but try to put everything as electronic as possible. It's not something that we want to sell them products that we tell them first, okay, they're made in this way, isn't it interesting? It's just a nice bonus. If you make a nice thing, people like it, and then you can tell them, by the way, it's made in that and that way. Of course, that's interesting then. But it's not the driving force, I would say. It's personally for me, because I want to push everything into that, let's say, into that one machine, so we don't have to worry about all these other things, other logistical problems. But of course, we're also getting a new interesting clientele as well in engineers such as yourself that never would buy design products, but all of a sudden when they're made in a special way, they have a story to tell. So that's also nice niche. The business is different. If like in the old economy, you're a company, for example, making this curtain. We're a company making curtains, and you only make curtains. You're trying to make that business really big, but we're trying to make the business really small, but trying to make it in all these different fields. So then you actually come into the same volume, but you make totally different things. It also keeps me very, very alert as a designer, because every time you make a project that you don't know anything about the industry, then you learn a lot, and you can put yourself in their place and see how you can help them to develop their industry even better. Well, there can be a one-off, there can also be a limited edition, but mainly that's not really the core that we're looking into. It's more more just production, more mass production.
Mass or low volume?
Yeah, well, what's low? Yeah. Depends what product you make, but it's the way I look at it is that we also try to make the whole story more for the middle class as well, because now most of the products are very high priced, and a lot of let's say added value in the form and function and etc. But before you're going to get into the middle range, then I don't think there's going to be a future for it. If you make a lighting product, for example, we always test it for a couple of months, so you just test it in all kinds of environments and do all the heat tests and all the CE tests. And then of course we also give some for our agents or importers. Okay, here's a couple of lights, and have it tested and see what happens. If there's no problems, okay, then you can start selling after a couple of months. But if you make smaller products which don't need to be tested and the materials are already okay, then yeah, you can pretty much go through the door immediately. And also we have had projects again that going directly from our manufacturer to the end user, projects that we've never even seen ourselves, which is also extremely interesting. You see it on the screen and you just know it works. You don't even see it, and that's basically the aim as well for me as a designer as well. To trying to really teach yourself to be in a position that you just really don't have to prototype anything anymore, but you can just really see it on the screen. And of course, eventually you will have software which is going to calculate everything for you, which is going to bend or break or all these things. But still, at this moment, it's mainly going through the gut. It's a laser-sintered product, and basically we made it in a way that we can, of course, trying to reduce the cost as much as possible. So this was made. We made a calculation that we can stack 16 products in one go. We can stack them over each other. So that's why it just has a certain shape that we're able to pack it. This is laser-sintered polystyrene master, and it's investment casted with aluminum. And there's a ceramic keranite coating on it, which they also use to protect the space shuttles in the orbit. So same material. So this is a laser-sintered handbag. Put it on. Basically here. Shoulder bag. It's made in one piece, and after production we put it into an industrial tumbling machine to get a finer surface finish on it. When we were first experimenting with the textiles about 6 years ago, of course, you know, these files are extremely heavy and difficult to do. So it took several years just to be able to make something like this. So hopefully the computers are going to get a little bit faster, so we don't have such problems anymore. And the other nice thing about the bag is that
Have people bought the bag?
yeah, and it's also produced just flat. Well, very difficult to make it flat here, but basically like this, because it takes extremely long time to build it because of the amount of the links. So we reduced it about to nearly less than 2 centimeters thick, and just on a one platform on a sintering machine. So with the lighting products, it's very difficult for you to find the right kinds of oil, with all kinds of equipment. If you really need a special fitting or tool or whatever. So you can go through all these different kinds of brochures to find out what you're looking for. Eventually to come to a point where you have to. And also, if you want to make it special enough, then just make it yourself. And extremely easy for us to make these little things for lighting products. So all the fittings and name tags and signatures, everything is already made in this way. Again, we reduce the logistics to one machine and give a great added value by creating exactly what we want and very, very nice details for our products. These are special parts made for our lighting products. So again, it reduces the logistics of getting all the parts from one machine instead of trying to go to different suppliers. And again, we can make something totally unique, which nobody else has, and gives a great added value for our products.